totally unrelated.
Hey, at least we still have our health. Oh, come on.
Can you believe they're still making video games about losers like the Avengers? They already had their turn. 2, in fact. Though I'm not sure if they're both strictly canon. Either way, when was the last time you saw a game with a duck on the cover? The industry needs to change, starting with my new game, codename Project Egg. Sadly, my Quackstarter campaign fell through, so I'm gonna need to find the funds for this thing some other way. Think you could help me find a wealthy entrepreneur that I can hit up for the dough? You won't regret it, kid. See what you can find out from the folks around here. There's gotta be at least one moneybags in this joint.
Oh, snap! I went to get a hairdryer to thaw out that frozen guy in the cave, but I got totally distracted. Ooh, that rock looks like my mom.
The thing they don't warn you about when working at the bank is the folks who keep you working late drying off waterlogged treasure. How'd it get so wet? And why was there so much of it? Whoever it belonged to must be rich.
That old prospector over in the Old West said he pulled a big hole of something out of the water the other day. Didn't say what it was, but he was winking so hard I thought he was going to hurt himself. And he was soaking wet. What a strange fellow.
I hate the way Kang watches us with those drones. It's so creepy.
These constant villain attacks are no joke. It's really dangerous out there.
You know Howard the Duck? I got something I was hoping you could pass on to him. A big slap upside the head. That feathered crook stole my sandwich.
This is your glorious ruler, Kang, with a quick message to whichever citizen just beat my high score on Hexagon Blitz. I hate you.
Oh, snap! I went to get a hairdryer to thaw out that frozen guy in the cave, but I got totally distracted. Ooh, that rock looks like my mom.
I need a change of scenery.
ATM refused my card the other day. Apparently because my bank doesn't exist in this universe anymore. So now I'm pretty much living on a diet of bits of old shoe, which is surprisingly good if you leave it to soak in rainwater for a while.
Yes, quite lovely.
I'd been saving up for months to buy my dream car. But since everywhere I needed to drive to no longer exists, I don't need it anymore. So I did the logical thing and burned all my money. Hey, look! It's billionaire Tony Stark!
I need a change of scenery.
Oh, snap! I went to get a hairdryer to thaw out that frozen guy in the cave, but I got totally distracted. Ooh, that rock looks like my mom.
So what do you got for me?
There was some, questionable training taking place on the mountain earlier. Must be some new kind of ancient martial art or something.
Ooh, ooh.
Citizens of Chronopolis are reminded not...
Well, I appreciate you passing on the message without the violence. But technically it was more of a croque madame than a sandwich.
Oh, snap! I went to get a hairdryer to thaw out that frozen guy in the cave, but I got totally distracted. Ooh, that...
Could be something there. If we can confirm it wasn't just an old booty dug up. Well, that's tragic, and a little bit disgusting, and absolutely no help to me. They set the money on what? Ugh, that could have been our meal ticket. Promising. If we knew who cashed in that loot, we could definitely hit them up. So putting what you've told me through the old Detective Mellon, we can deduce that the old prospector over in the Old West recently came into some serious cheddar. This is perfect.
Time to get to training.
The only thing now is to figure out how to convince an old-timey prospector to invest in a Talking Ducks video game. But that won't be the weirdest thing I do all week by any stretch. Thanks for the help, kid. Oh, and if you run into Forbush, man, could you tell him the funds are in the bag? Last I heard, the poor guy was looking into making money through social media marketing.
Saw a monkey fighting a bunch of soldiers earlier. Maybe I'll get up here too.
Ooh, I can't feel my face.
Citizens will be pleased to know that my incredible Kango rail service is now free to all. Sure, it's not that convenient when there are cars everywhere and those people just fly, but it was Ravonna's idea, and if people don't use it, I'll never hear the end of it.
Turns out the Cave of Dragons did have an actual dragon inside. Somebody owes me a blue stud.
There was some questionable training taking place on the mountain earlier. Must be some new kind of ancient martial art or something. You see that superhero supply store? The lady who runs it always seems to be in some sort of trouble. Yesterday she was purple.
Right, let's go get that Nexus fragment out of the cave. What do you mean somebody already got it? Aw, man.